Hello, ladies and gentlemen, my dark nights. How you guys doing? I just woke up, got a shower and everything, and I thought, what better way to start my day than to make a video? And I thought, what video to make? Well, I wanted to do a tier ranking list. It is football season. It's fantasy football season, so I thought, what better way than to start out doing a culmination and a series of NFL-related ones, starting with the quarterbacks. All 32 starting quarterbacks are in this little thing here. I'm going with starting quarterbacks, not just quarterbacks to what they used to be, or like that, or the rookies and whatnot, and that could be the starting quarterback. But I'm just focusing on the starting quarterbacks of all 32 teams, potentially, for all 32 teams. If you guys want me to do more, let me know in the comments down below. I want to do a WWE one, theme one, out of all the wrestlers on the roster now. And I want to see how that goes. Now, I have all the 32 quarterbacks here. I'm going to discuss about some of them I may not. Now, the highest ranking is elite, above average, average, below average, and just plain bad. Now, this is my opinion. If you guys have a different opinion, who is your top three favorite top three quarterbacks? Or most people say top five. Okay, anyway, we're going to start this off with the very first man on this list, and that is Big Ben Roethlisberger. Now, I am looking at their things as a whole, not just what they did the previous year. Roethlisberger, to me, he's up there, but he isn't that elite pack. He isn't in the elite echelon of quarterbacks, and Steelers fans, don't attack me, but I just don't think he's in the elite of the elite, you know what I mean? But he's a very, very good quarterback. We're going to find out just how good he is this year with no AB, no Le'Veon Bell. He doesn't have the weapons he used to have previously in his career. I mean, he's had years where he had worse talent, but I really do think this is the year. We're going to find out just like with Eli, when Eli Manning didn't have good target guys to throw the ball to. He suffered, and it showed last season. I mean, he did have Saquon Barkley. That was pretty much it. But we're gonna find out just how bad how he's not the elite. Next we have Andy Dalton. Andy Dalton. How do I describe Andy Dalton? He's not bad, but at the same time, he's not great either. He's below average. He's just one of those guys just there, you know? He's just there. And he's an accurate passer to the most part, but he turns the ball over a lot. And he's very... and part of the reason why is the team he's on. I mean, he's on the Bengals, and all his players get hurt all the time. Now, I do have my AC on, so I hope you guys can hear me all well and whatnot. Let me take that off. Hey now. I zoomed in a little bit there. There we go. Alright, next on the list we have Dak Prescott. I can't deny what he's done in his body of work, but I have a lot of friends who are Cowboys fans, and if I don't put him high, they're going to be angry. But he wins his team's games, and I think that's enough to at least get you up and above average, but he's there to close enough to be an average quarterback. The only reason why is because he thinks he's this great, he's a top-tier quarterback, and he's really not a top-tier quarterback. I mean, especially lately with all the stuff saying he wants $40 million a year, or that's not going to happen. I really do think that he's a good quarterback. He wins games for his teams quite a bit, but with his legs and his arm. And he's a great quarterback, but he's just not in the elite category. Next, we got Josh Rosen, quarterback of the Miami Dolphins. It does show him in an Arizona uniform, but he's not an Arizona Cardinal. I just don't see enough of him to know what I'm getting from him yet. So I'm just going to put him below average. But still, I mean, if I see something from him this year, I may change my mind on that. But Josh Rosen, to me, I mean, granted, he was on the worst team in the league last year, and he was just thrown in as a rookie on the Cardinals, and then he got traded because they had to draft Kyler Murray. So it was kind of, he's going to Dolphins, who is just as bad, so he may just be a quarterback in the wrong situation, that kind of sort of thing. Case Keenum, starting quarterback for the Redskins this year. He's only going to be starting for this year, I think, because Alex Smith had that horrific injury. If you guys did not see it, Google it. It is terrifying. If you have kids, don't let them see it unless you want an upset stomach from watching it, because it is a horrific injury. I thought I had something stuck in my teeth. Anyway, Case Keenum. Listen, he's a glorified backup turned starter. That's all I'm going to say about him. He's a glorified backup turned starter. I just really don't like the guy. He will always be a backup. He had one good year for the Vikings, but that was because great offense, great team. That's the only reason why. He's always been a backup his entire career, other than that, and he had that one great season. He's alright, but I just, as a quarterback, he's just a better backup. Next, we got Aaron Rodgers. Listen, I hate this guy, as I'm a Bears fan, but I can't deny his body of work and how great of a quarterback he is. And every time the Bears face the Packers, I get nervous because this man right here, he's an elite quarterback. He is one of the top quarterbacks in the league, if not the best quarterback in the league. Sorry, you Tom Brady fans out there. But to me, Aaron Rodgers is the top quarterback in the league. Just because, now, granted, with his age and him getting up there, and he's getting more injured than he used to, he's not as great as he once used to be, but he's still Aaron Rodgers, okay? Just like with Drew Brees, he's still Drew Brees. He can still, even though they're a running team now, Drew Brees can still throw the ball all over you and still can, throw for 80%. Completion percentage, throw for 400 yards, and throw for 5 or 6 touchdowns on you and destroy you. But yeah, Aaron Rodgers is elite for sure. Next, we got the rookie Kyler Murray. I'm going to put him right in the middle because I don't know what to expect from him, but he is a great talent from college. He's the number 1 overall pick. He is the Heisman Trophy winner as well, so I think and expect big things from him. But again, bad team. You don't know what you're going to get from him. And I just don't know what to expect going forward from him. Next, we got Carson Wentz. He is an above-average quarterback, right up in that A echelon, right below the elite. He's right there with Ben Roethlisberger. The reason why, injuries. He has problems with injuries. He had that one great season for them before he went down with injury, and Nick Foles led them to a Super Bowl. And then he got injured. He was still recovering from it, and he had a terrible season last year. But he's only had 2 seasons. This is his 3rd season in the league. I believe 3rd or 4th, and we haven't seen a lot of him. So that's why he's in the above average for me. Marcus Mariota. He's so inconsistent, but at the same time with his legs and everything that he can do, he's still a good quarterback, but for me, he's a below-average quarterback. He's just right there. Um, Listen, I do like Mariota, what he can do on the ground, but they're trying to make him more of a pocket passer. And that's not Mariota's game. That was never Mariota's game. And he gets injured too much. Even the one year when the Titans, they're like, oh my God, the Titans could potentially get into the playoffs and actually could make a run. Mariota goes down, and there goes their playoff chances. That's Mariota. Mariota gets injured quite a lot, and that, to me, puts you down a little bit. I mean, granted, it's not his fault he gets injured often, but as a quarterback, you're relied upon on the franchise to, get wins and do this like that, and he does that, but he turns the ball over a lot as well, and he gets injured a lot, which also costs his team. Next, we got famous Jameis Winston. Now, I know this year, a lot of people in fantasy thinks he's going to break out and have a really good year, and he could go up. But to me, he turns the ball over too much. He's cocky, can't back up what he does on the field, and he's had one good year. One. Maybe two. And lately, he's just turned the ball over way too much. But right now, if he does this good year, I may move him up. You may see this next year, if I do this next year, and I may move him up. He may be up in the C rank, or the average rank, or he may be up in the above average. Who knows? Next, we got Josh Allen. Haven't seen too much of him, but he's good enough to at least be in the average rank. This guy can run the football and throw, and he's so good at both. And no one talked about him because he was on Buffalo, And sleeper pick, by the way, if you guys are fantasy football fans and follow fantasy football, look at Josh Allen if you're looking for a quarterback deep. That's all I'm going to say. Josh Allen in deep drafts, just for like a streaming option, would be great matchup-wise. Because the guy can run the football and throw it, and he's great. There's several games where I was just like, the kid's run for over 100 yards already. And that is impressive. Now, I don't know if he had a lot of turnovers, but he was consistent. He was good on a team that, that really wasn't that great. Next, we got Jimmy Garoppolo, Jimmy GQ. I'm looking at him in fantasy this year and may think he could be a sleeper quarterback, and I may pick him up. The reason why I'm not going to start him is there's some other quarterbacks I like better than him. But Jimmy Garoppolo, he was injured last year. That 1 year when he did play quarterback was fantastic, but I don't know other than that, what he's going to do. So he's just right there in the middle. He's right there in the middle. For me, he's right there in the middle. But next we have Phillip Rivers, Mr. 10 kids, I think he has. He can literally fill out a whole football team on his team. Or fill out make a whole football team, basically, with all his children. Phillip Rivers, to me, is deserving of an elite rank. And definitely so. That draft class, Ben, Eli, Phillip Rivers, all those guys, you can see a really great draft class of quarterbacks, and they're all up in the upper echelon of elite quarterbacks. Phillip Rivers, a very accurate passer, even in his old age. He's so competitive. He's a driving force for his team, and his team competes every single year, even when they don't. Next, we got Kirk Cousins. He's too inconsistent for me. But he's a good quarterback when he can be. So I'll put him right in the average. He's just not enough for me that he deserves to be higher. Cam Newton, he's one of those quarterbacks. He's not elite, but he's above average because of his running ability. He's just very injury prone that I don't really like that in a quarterback. But and I really don't like his attitude from time to time as well, but that's just me. Baker Mayfield. I'll put him in above average. Now, this year, if he does what he does with the offense that he has, he may go bonkers and go into the elite rank, just because, like, he had a great season last year. And you go around this year, and he has Jarvis Landry, Odell Beckham, Kareem Hunt, Nick Chubb, David Njoku, the great offensive line. I think he's going to be doing some stuff this year, and I'm going to target him in fantasy at quarterback. That's just the confidence I have in him. I really do think he could finish in the top 5. I do think he can finish in the top 5 in quarterbacks in real life and in fantasy football. So, next we have Lamar Jackson. I'm putting him right at average because only one season. He turned the ball over quite a bit, but he was a rookie. But I don't know what to expect from him. This is only his second season, so we're just going to put him there. But one guy who is very deserving of elite ranking because of what he did last season is Pat Mahomes. Now, we'll see because he's got all the eyes on him now. He's not a rookie. This was his second season. No, this is his second season. He was a rookie last year. Pat Mahomes was such a great quarterback last year. He really was. He was the MVP. He threw for over 50 touchdowns, which was fantastic. I think he did. I think he threw for 50 touchdowns. But not on top of that, too, like, we're gonna see if he can handle all the pressure because he's the Madden cover athlete, Madden curse. Every year it's happened to somebody. I don't think there's been a year where it hasn't affected somebody. And sophomore slump. I can see that happening a little bit. Now, that makes me think, do I move him down to just above average, right up there? Because it's only been one season, but what he's shown is at least put him in the elite for now. But another quarterback that is very deserving, and I'm going to put him right up there at the top, right next to Aaron Rodgers, Drew Brees. Every year this man does what he does. I said about earlier in the video, around 70%, 80% completion percentage in every single game. His career completion percentage is at least 60% or 70%, highest all time. To me, if he can break all the records and all that, and he's close to breaking all of them, he's going to go down as the greatest quarterback of all time. Not counting postseason, because Tom Brady has won a lot of Super Bowls. He's very deserving of being one of the best, if not the best postseason quarterback of all time. Drew Brees, to me, looking at stats and everything, is the best quarterback and most accurate quarterback of all time. Hands down. Next, we got Matthew Stafford. Matthew Stafford is good when he needs to be. He's just like Kirk Cousins, but he turns the ball over way too much. And he is on Detroit. Detroit is literally cursed. I don't know why. But he's at least deserving of above average. Next, we have Russell Wilson. Listen, even when Russell Wilson is in a bad situation, Russell Wilson still shows up and has an excellent year. I'm actually going to move Pat Mahomes right there, just because I need to see more out of him. Russell doesn't run as much as he needs to, but when he does, he only runs when he needs to. And when he does very well at it. He doesn't turn the ball over a lot. Very, very accurate quarterback. Very good driving force for his team. And even when they're not having good seasons, Russell Wilson's always there, never complaining, never. Now, recently he asked for a new contract, and that was the first time we actually saw the demanding version of Russell Wilson, which I've never seen before, but still, great quarterback all around. Sam Darnold, he's just average. Now, we've only had one season to see of him. I don't know what to expect of him. I don't know what we're going to get from him. So I'm just going to wait and see what happens and go from there. But I really do think he's going to be great this season, especially with Le'Veon Bell and all the weapons there now. Second year, I do think he's going to jump because last year he didn't have that great season. He didn't have a great season. Nick Foles, he's won a Super Bowl. He has won a Super Bowl. He's average. He's an average quarterback. He's a backup. He was a starter, turned backup, turned starter. To now, he's a starter in Jacksonville. Will he perform well? I don't know. But I don't think he's going to be as great as everyone thinks he is. Sorry, Nick. And then, I hate this man, but I have to put him up here. Tom Brady. I can't deny what Tom Brady has done. He's one of the best quarterbacks of all time. And even though I hate the man, I can't deny what he's done. Next, we got Deshaun Watson. Listen, in a small body of work, only 2 or 3 seasons in, Deshaun Watson has proven he's up near, if not in the elite ranks of quarterbacks. I put him up there because now I'm looking at everyone's body of work, all their seasons. Deshaun Watson, every year, has put up good numbers. He's put up good numbers. He's won games. And he's taken in the Texans, I think, to the playoffs every single year that he's been under center, just not to the Super Bowl yet. And it'll happen for them. I really do think it'll happen for him soon. I really do think they'll be in a Super Bowl soon. Especially if Deshaun keeps on developing. Then we have Derek Carr. He's one of them average quarterbacks to me. But good quarterback, bad situation. Last year, terrible because he was on a bad offense and a bad team. This year, probably going to be polar opposite. We're probably going to see the Derek Carr that threw for 30-some touchdowns in his rookie year, I believe. Because Antonio Brown's there, and a lot of other weapons are there now, too. Next, we have Joe Flacco. He's an above-average quarterback, but he turns the ball over a lot, and that's why he's not in the elite. He has won Super Bowl. I'm sorry. And he's a very good quarterback now. He is a Denver Broncos quarterback now. I want to see what he does in Denver. He's not going to be that great. Drew Lock is going to overtake him for that job, so I'm really not that confident in Joe Flacco. Next, we have Jared Goff, the quarterback of the LA Rams. At the Super Bowl, Jared Goff did not show he was a elite quarterback at all. But he is definitely one that deserves to be up in the higher echelon, along with Carson Wentz from the same draft class. Very deserving. He is a very good quarterback. He's on a great offense, and I think that benefits him. He doesn't have too many games where he just flat out stinks, which is very good for a quarterback as well, which is another thing I can't say about this guy. Eli Manning. Now, if we were talking about right now and what he's done right now, he'd be right down in trash, like the bad of the bad. But I can't deny what Eli Manning has done over his whole career. And over his whole career, he has done nothing but win Super Bowls, take his team to playoffs, and win against none other than Tom Brady, the man at the top. And that puts you in the elite rank. Now, lately, I'm kind of tempted to put you down a little bit. And I think I may. I'm going to actually do that now. Now, if we're talking now, we're talking right now. Eli Manning's in trash. Eli Manning's in the bad ranking. He's right down there with famous Jameis, and Case Keenum. But I can't deny what he's done. I feel like I've said that a lot in this video. I can't deny. But very deserving of where he's at. I mean, he's won 3 Super Bowls. He's won 3 Super Bowls, and he's done it in dramatic fashion. And he's won more Super Bowls than Peyton, his older brother, who's considered to be the best quarterback of all time right now. So next we have my boy Mitchell Trubisky. Listen, he's an above-average quarterback for sure. He just needs that other year to just jump him up to the elite status. And I think Matt Nagy can do it. Now, there is times I understand he's inconsistent, but he is a project. He's a work in progress. He had 2 years. He had 1 year as a starter in North Carolina, and then he went to the draft and got drafted by the Bears. And his first year was a work in progress. His second year was fantastic. He threw for, he broke records for Bears quarterback, every record almost. Most passing yards in a season for a Bears quarterback, most rushing touchdowns for a quarterback, most rushing yards for a quarterback, most completions for percentage for the highest completion percentage for a quarterback for the Bears. Most passing touchdowns for the Chicago Bears quarterback. The guy's just good. There are times he does make bad decisions, but that still needs to be worked on. But he's young. But what he did last year showed a lot of good improvement for me as a Bears fan, and showed me that he can go up there and go in that elite echelon. He showed some things last year. He had a game where he threw 6 touchdown passes. He went up against the mighty Patriots and dominated. He absolutely dominated. And didn't have one of those games where just like you normally as a Bears fan, you're just like, Mr. Trubisky's going to mess this up. I know he does. He is going to. And he didn't. And I do think that Mitchell's going forward in the seasons to come, he's going to be a better quarterback each and every single year. And as he develops. Next, we got Andrew Luck, a.k.a. Neckbeard. I can't deny what Andrew Luck has done. He's an elite quarterback. Now, I wish he would do more. He wouldn't get hurt as much. And he would be more, I would put him in right there. I'd put him right there. The reason why I would put him there, and I wouldn't put him in the elite, is because he gets injured so much. And that's not a knock on him, it's just he's injury prone. But he's a very good leader. He leads his team to playoffs. He leads his team to victories each and every single week, and he's a great fourth quarter comeback guy. And then, but that's just a knock on him that he gets injured all the time. Just as of right now, he's injured. Again, like he gets injured all the time. And that's why I think the Colts have Jacoby Brissett as a backup. Just saying, you need a good backup when you have an injury-prone quarterback like Andrew Luck. And then definitely this guy is deserving of elite, though. Matt Ryan, the last quarterback on our list. The reason why he deserves an elite, he led his team to a Super Bowl. He's an MVP. If you guys can see, pretty much everyone that's up here on the top has either won Rookie of the Year or MVP. So, they're all deserving. And Matt Ryan, what it's worth, even when he had bad years, they were still good. You know, he still did good. And, like, his numbers were still good even when he had bad years. But that's really all I got to say about him. You know, he's just a very good quarterback. But here is our list I will scroll down one more time so you guys can see it. But thank you guys so much for watching. This has been the NFL quarterback tier list rankings. If you guys do want to see me do more, like say running backs, wide receivers, let me know in the comments down below. Also, if you want me to do a WWE one too, I may be doing that in the future as well, but let me know. But if you guys did enjoy this video, make sure you hit that like button. Comment down below what your top 3 favorite quarterbacks are. And subscribe today. Subscribe today. Join the Dark Knight Army. Really do appreciate it. And as always, stay awesome, my Dark Knights.